Koma ibiyeme lo he. Sinso ayesidinyi kwani. Sinso ayesidinya yi. Guy, kan kupuke masusha na jira uni. Hey, wahala. This is my farm. Now me do this work yesterday with my injury on my stomach. See my farm. This is my real farm. The way I do yesterday with gunshot injury. See my stomach. This one I gunshot from my anus out of my stomach. See wahala. See what Fulani people do. Hey. Now my farm. That one. That one. This one is not my own. But all of these farms now are family farms.
On a warm, arid night in April 2014, 276 schoolgirls were abducted from a school in Chibok, a town in Borno State, northern Nigeria. Since then, more than 1,600 children have been abducted in similar attacks. The violence and attacks that have plagued northern and north-central Nigeria over the years have assumed many different shapes and forms. The perpetrators of these acts have at different points been identified as the Islamic terrorist group Boko Haram, bandits, community-based farmer vigilante groups, or armed Fulani herdsmen. In all these, the constant has remained that the reasons and nature of these occurrences are broader and more nuanced than the single narrative used by mainstream media when reporting on the issue. These attacks are symptoms of a wide range of problems that go way back.
The trend of the conflict in Plateau have shifted from the urban centers and now moving back to the rural centers, which is a great challenge to food security. A lot of people couldn't farm in 2003, which is a food security challenge. Nigeria is the most populous black nation in Africa, with over 200 million populace. When Nigeria was gazetted, northern Nigeria was gazetted, and we have the cattle routes, our population was 60 million. 60 million. But within 50 years, we're experiencing an explosion of a population of 220 million. Healthy percentage of them are youths. Where are they gonna go? This is our number one issue. This is our number one challenge. And with these youths unskilled, unemployed, uneducated, they're just criminals in the waiting. Climate change has also another dimension. The Lake Chad is drying up. Initially, it inhabits 33 million people, estimatedly, according to the UN, with people living and making a living out of it. But now it shrinks, where it's only inhabiting 6 to 9 million. And a lot of those population are coming downwards, looking for a greener pasture and a means of survival. We're experiencing inflation, if not hyperinflation. A cost of living is extremely hard in the rural communities because they couldn't farm, so they don't have food and they don't have the means to buy the foodstuff. These are causes of the factors that determine the eruption of this conflict.
Today, 20 million children are out of school in Nigeria, according to UNESCO. And this is the highest number in any country in the world. According to UNICEF, 66% of out-of-school children in Nigeria are from northern Nigeria, the poorest region in the country. Only yesterday, the 11th of June 2024, bandits in Kankara, Katsina State, which is the home state of the immediate past president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, launched attacks on farming communities, preventing them from participating in their farming activities. The country's media is reporting that about 50 farmers were killed near Irgoje town. The bandits, armed with dangerous weapons, were said to have attacked villages on Sunday. With children out of school and farmers unable to farm in a region where subsistence agriculture is their primary mode of sustenance and livelihood, hunger and malnutrition have crept in.
We talk to our patients when they are in our facilities to understand what their situation is. And many of them tell us that they can not afford food, that food prices have hit through the roofs. They're simply not able to make do. Secondly, some of them tell us that there is violence in some of these places, and some of them are displaced, or they cannot have access to their farms because, again, of insecurity, and therefore food is scarce.
So you can see how they used to come. Before you realize, when it's evening, they will just enter somebody's farm and just destroy the farm. That's what they do to us here. You can see this one on this wall, that this fence, it's because of them, to prevent them. But if they come to, because in the evening nobody will come out here again now. Because once you come out, they will just hide and attack you.
Although conflict remains one of the main drivers of food insecurity, a warning report from the World Food Programme and Food and Agricultural Organization emphasized that climate shocks are also responsible. In all these, wherein lies the solution? I believe that there is no one-size-fits-all remedy to such a multifaceted issue. In speaking to members of communities that have been ravaged by these conflicts, I often hear incredible tales of how evil gives way to peace and how conventions are continuously being broken. I hear of how Fulani families hide farmer families in their homes to protect them from attacks and vice versa.
Wanda mu surviving a wannan community alherin Allah ne ko ya samu survive ba aka yi ta kone aka kashe wanda an kashe su wanda sun survive
ki san ko a koina akwai mugun iri yawa mu anan gayan ma akwai mugun iri su din ma akwai mugun iri so masu kirki sun cece wadansu ko ni da nake miki makana lokacin da na wuduru da ni da iyali na mace mu kwana cikin gidan fulani yawa mu kwana cikin gidan fulani wanda a takeice wadansu ɗan uwan mu ma wadansu fulani ne suka yi kokari suka je suka cire su daga wajen ko ba haka ba mu zo mu kwana da su to.
When I hear these, I'm reminded of a priest in Gaza's oldest church, sheltering Palestinian Muslims from Israel's bombs and missiles. Evildoers are in the minority, but the media has a penchant for magnifying the bad. Mainstream media rarely, if at all, reports on the good or the counter-narratives. Accounts of peace-loving Fulani herders and farmers run counter to the narrative that drives media engagement and clicks. There are stories of farmer and Fulani herdsmen collaborating and devising traditional farming methods that mitigate the adverse effects that climate change is having on farming. If such stories are made more public, they could increase awareness and help address food security challenges. The media has been a major player in these conflicts. The role it has played can scarcely be described as advancing peace. It has been a tool for fueling and spreading fear and hate. Let us think again before we commission that story, send that WhatsApp message or that tweet. When we report from these communities, are we truly capturing all sides, or do we take snippets of what we want to hear? Remember, what we share and report can either aggravate or dissuade minds. Our words can soothe grieving and angry hearts, or they can exacerbate deep wounds. We have the power to overcome evil and promote the good.